together in one as a manifestation, or exclusively just one wish per time?
I prefer to start with when you're when you're practicing initially, because whatever wish you put, it's not about the wish, it's about the emotion which you can which you can marry with that wish, or with that image, or with that
Right.
intention which you
Where
are
we can
with
connect
that
with
creative
it.
visualization. So it's about that emotion. So I mean, if you put five things, every thing might have a different emotion. How would
Correct.
you be able to put? But if you are able to put one thing at a time, and then really feel those emotions with that, and then maybe after that, in the same visualization, you can move on to another one, then you can move on to another one, and as you change your emotions, then it will be easy for you, because all these are like creative emotions, like love or freedom or happiness or joy or good health. So they're all interconnected. When you change one emotion, you actually change everything else in some ways. So there it's a chain of emotions. So it's like when you're affecting one, you're affecting others also anyways, and what you
Right.
feel is what you create anyways. So I would say first you focus on one thing, but okay, now you're able to really emote it, and genuinely that emotion is flowing, then move to another.
So that can be done in the single meditation only?
That it can be done in single meditation. Absolutely.
And maybe when we take a one manifestation as in towards salvation or spirituality or above all these things, maybe. So do we
Yeah.
need to keep repeating it in all meditations, or one
See,
wish?
it's not about meditations only. It's not just about meditation. It's about whatever you wish. It's about how to maintain that modified state during the course of the day. It's about how long do you maintain that modified state. It's no point meditating and then visualizing something very good, or even doing it every day, but the moment you open your eyes and once you go back to your routine things, routine norms, the same people push the same emotional button, and then you go back to your own normal old self, and then your feelings are no more resonating with your vision of the future. Rather, you are becoming, it is no more mapped to your future. You are, in fact, it is, you're again back to the memory of the past. So the idea is to disconnect from that memory and how to be aligned with the vision of the future during the course of the day, and to feel it. And if you're able to feel it normally, now it becomes a state of being. Then you don't need to do it every day. But as long you're not able to maintain it and in a regular state of being, as a regular, then you need to practice and practice until it becomes your natural state of being.
But you taught us something really great. Can we not manifest this also as of what we are learning? Like the meditative state that you just right now talked about.
No, but few things have to done with practice. And but of course, you can put an intention that I am practicing every day, and
Right.
I'm maintaining this state during the course of the day, so that when you have that intention, anytime you are not, anytime you are living, you're not aligned with the vision of future. You'll be aware. Oh, I'm not aligned. Let me sit down for 5 minutes. Let me again come back to my normal, to my true self, which is aligned with my future, with my creative self, and then go back, then again go back into my normal life. So if you put the intention, of course you can do that. So wherever your thought goes, your energy flows. So yeah, exactly.
So this thought, when I have manifested for the first time, so when second time I'm sitting in your session, do I keep manifesting same things over and over again, or assume that once I've manifested, it shall be done?
No, so that's what I'm saying. Your barometer is not. Is are you able to keep that feeling continued during the course of the day?
Okay.
And if you aren't, no, say suppose you want a great relationship, and in your visualization you have manifested that you have a wonderful relationship. You feel loved. You feel so much of self-worth. You feel joy. You feel a very fulfilled relationship. But the moment you open your eyes and once you meet your, say,
True.
whatever your relation, your whoever with whomever your
Right.
relationship is not fulfilling, it could be your husband, or it could be a mother-in-law, or children, or friends, family, whoever, whom you want the fulfilled relationship, but it is not fulfilled. And the moment you are back into the day, into that situation, and you go back to the old emotion, you're no more able to maintain that high state. So then you need to do more and more meditation and more visualization, so that you're able to now then maintain that modified state. So your feeling is your barometer. Basically, that is your guidance system during the course of the day.
Right. Got it. Similarly,
and actually, and if you can maintain that feeling during the course of the day, so then you don't even need meditation. I mean, you can anyway maintain it. Yeah.
So nice. Similar is the case with bad health, ill health also, right?
Anything.
Unless I achieve that state of good health, or the feeling is not there, until then I keep doing it again and again.
Yeah.
As you said, when I come up with the next meditation, maybe there are three aspects: my health, my attitude, and spirituality. Three of them can be done in one meditation.
That's fine.
Giving thought to one each, maybe
at a time, at a moment. Yeah, at a moment.
Yeah. And before I wind up, there was with you is the kind of suggestions you give when we ask you questions, not right now maybe my question query, but the way you handle things, special regard to the kind of practical examples that you take. Right now I'm not able to recollect a couple of them. Like, it's more than the meditative part, like it takes over, like it's a sixer out of the stadium kinds. The way you handle us, the way you connect us with things, I can't stop myself, I have to tell you more. You're so nice in connecting to us.
Thank you.
The way we are all convinced, the way you put it. I want to go on and on, but I'll stop here. I hope you're getting my feelings across. Thank you so much. You're a gem of a person, the whole team. Thank you so much, dear. Thank you. God bless you all.
So thank you, friends, today. Thank you all for joining today. And I really appreciate, I'm in deep gratitude to all of you for taking out time. And I know my sessions, I say 1.5 hours, but usually it runs for 2 hours, sometimes 2.5 hours. But still, you all take out time and stay back. Thank you so much. So friends, today, along with me, I have my brother as a co-presenter, and in fact, as a main presenter. So this topic is something which Varun is an expert on: neuroscience, brainwaves, and chakras. Varun is very passionate about this topic. Varun has studied maybe hundreds of brain scans, and doing before meditation, after meditation, he is very intrigued with this whole scientific aspect of spirituality, and really something really happens when you meditate, or is it just you're just saying it? So he did his own research and he came out. So he's expert on this subject. So today we have Varun. Varun is a director, and he's into equity market. He's into investments. He runs a company called Giri Capital, which is a portfolio management service company, and an online equity advisory company called Stock Access. So thank you, Varun, for joining. We also have a very special guest today, Shri D.R. Karthikeyan Sarji. He's Padma Shri D.R. Karthikeyan ji. Thank you, sir, for joining. And he's ex-CBI director who investigated Rajiv Gandhi assassination case, risking his life, and a great spiritual soul. And it's always an inspiration for us at the age of 80. I have never seen a person who is so active than him, and such a keen, in spite of that, such a keen learner and such humbleness. It really feels us so, it puts into so much of humility when we see you there, sir. So a few words from you, sir, and then we can start.
Thank you, Varun and Shreans. What a great family you are, with two of you together. Ideal combination. And all, what should I say, you symbolize the best of human beings, both of you together. Commitment, knowledge, spirituality, and combined with very rare type of humility. It's very, very rare. So you're very inspiring, both of you. It's a great honor to be with both of you. What has nothing to do with age? You are so young, but you are so inspiring. Amazing. I look forward to this session all the time, like others. I think, every time I come to your program, I learn a lot. You are very inspiring. It's a great blessing to humanity. And thanks to Patriji and the PSSM movement.
Of course.
What are very rarely the brothers combine so beautifully, one excelling the other, making a perfect combination. God bless you both.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. And I also want to acknowledge Brahmashi Patriji is my guru and my teacher, and always been a guide in my journey. Wherever I have any doubt, any confusion, I always reach out to him, and in a minute or in 5 minutes I get complete clarity. So I want to acknowledge.
Whenever I speak to you, he's very proud of you, rightly so.
Thank you, sir.
He says, no, he's not my disciple, he's my master, he says.
No, sir. Friends, so today Varun will be doing the presentation on neuroscience, brainwaves and chakras for an hour. And then after that, we'll have a short meditation on how to harmonize our chakras. As an Indian tradition, we all know about chakras. So Varun will be anyway speaking about it. So there'll be a short meditation for 36 minutes on how to where we'll be focusing on each chakras and balance and harmonize our chakras. So Varun, over to you. Yeah.
Thank you, Shreans. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, friends, for joining today. And thank you, Karthikeyanji. Thank you, sir. Yeah, seeing you always gives us so much confidence, and your blessings are always with us. So thank you so much. So today's topic is very dear to my heart. We've done a lot of experience in the breath work, and today there is some time. I think what we are going to contribute to is to some knowledge, because when you combine knowledge with experience, we believe that's real wisdom, because you exactly understand what you're experiencing. So today we are going to talk about neuroscience. We're going to talk about your brain, which is the most mind-blowing organ in the universe. So let me dive into it directly. So your brain is the superconductor of consciousness. Your brain generates more electric current in a day than all the cell phones put together in the world. That's even after the launch of Geo, by the way. Your brain receives over 400 billion
I think we lost him. Yeah, so until he is there, maybe I can speak. So that's what he was saying. Our brain receives 400 billion bits of information every second. However, we comprehend only 2,000 bits of information. Yeah, Varun. Yeah, unmute.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is your brain made up of? Your brain is made up of neurons. They are also called nerve cells or brain cells. There are if you take a scoop of gray matter of your brain with the size of a sand, there are over 100,000 neurons in it with over 1 billion connections. Each neuron has about 10,000 to 40,000 connections per neurons. The neuron, they are the simplest function of your nervous system. They possess a unique ability to store and communicate information between each other. So wherever a neuron connects with another neuron, they are exchanging information. So these neurons are not just two-dimensional, they are actually three-dimensional. They are moving in all directions and they are making connections in all directions. So that is what learning is. When one neuron connects with another, that's what learning is. It's creating new synaptic connections. So the connections, when one neuron connects with another, it's called synaptic connection. And that's what learning is. Learning is making and creating these synaptic connections in your brain. Every time you learn anything new, you make these connections in your brain. And what is remembering? Remembering is maintaining the connections which you have made in your neurons. So that is when you remember, when you repeat something over and over again, you make these synaptic connections. It becomes stronger, they seal together, and that's what remembering is. So the biggest
1 minute. So friends, we'll be sharing all these slides on the Thriive on the breathwork.in. So you need not make notes of the slides or click pictures. So you'll be anyways getting the slides, and will be put on the website, and we will probably even mail you the link. Thank you. Yeah.
So there was a study done by Nobel Prize winner Condell in the year 2000, and he discovered that every time you learn a new information, you actually double the connections in your brain from 1300 to 2600 connections. So every time you learn a new information, you physically make new connections in your brain. And when you wire and fire these information again and again, they finally seal together, and that's when you remember that information. So the biggest principle in neuroscience is nerve cells that fire together wire together, and you all must memorize this line: is nerve cells that fire together, they wire together. So when you repeat anything over and over again, they ultimately these connections wire together and they become a part of your memory. Let's understand how that happens. So there are two ways we make these synaptic connections in our brain. The first way is called semantic memories. It's learning information, it's theory, it's knowledge, it's philosophy. So every time you learn any new information, so assume that the information we're talking to you today is a new information. That is called semantic memories. It's a new knowledge which you've learned. It's a new theory which you have learned, and that's one way you make synaptic connections in your brain. So when you learn new information, you physically make synaptic connections in your brain through these neurons. And the second way you make synaptic connection is through episodic memories. What are episodic memories? Episodic memories are having novel experiences or embracing new experiences in life. So if you ask an American where was he on the 9/11, so that the memory of that event would be so ingrained in his brain that it has become an episode. It's gone into his memory. So that's called episodic memory. Or a wedding day, or the first day your child was born, or the first time he walked. The feeling of that emotion was so intense that it's gone into the part of your memory. So two ways we make these connections. One is knowledge, and the other is having novel experience. So let me get into the memory system. We have two types of memory system. The first type of memory system is called declarative. This is the seed of your conscious awareness. It's also called explicit memory. It's also called your conscious awareness. So there are two types of declarative memories. So declarative memories are what? These are memories which you can declare. Simple. There are two types of declarative memory. The first type of declarative memory is called knowledge. It's called knowledge. It's called facts. It's called theory. It's called information. So every time you learn something new, you learn and you've taken this memory, and this memory is stored in your neocortex, which is your thinking brain. So you have three types of brain. So the first brain is called the neocortex. So every time you learn something new, that information gets stored in your neocortex, which is called your thinking brain. Now, so you read a book on how to be a conscious parent. You read a book on how to be healthy. You read a book on how to be patient. You read a book on how to be wealthy. And all that information which you have read as knowledge gets stored in your first brain, which is your thinking brain or your neocortex. But that is when you learn the information. So let me give you an example. Let's say you read a book on how to be healthy, and the book says that you have to eat these kind of food, you have to run 5 kilometers a day, and all that information goes and gets stored in your neocortex, in your thinking brain. But to experience that, the second type of declarative memories is experience. To experience that, you have to modify your behavior in some way. you have to do something and modify your behavior in some way, which will create that experience. So you have to probably go and make that run. You have to do something physically to make that run. And the moment you have an experience, you generate a feeling. And the moment you generate a feeling, that actually activates your second brain, which is your limbic brain, which is your feeling brain. So when you actually perform the action that you have learned through theory, you actually activate your second brain, which is called the feeling brain or the limbic brain. I hope you all are with me. When the mind and the body are actually working together, you actually feel healthy because your mind has learned the information and your body is performing the action. So when you make that run and your mind and body are actually in sync, and that's when you feel healthy, and that's when you activate your second brain. So the emotional quotient teaches the body to understand what the mind has understood. So the emotion of that feeling when you make that run teaches the body what the mind intellectually understood. So knowledge is for the mind and experiences for the body. And in that moment, when you're making that run, you're actually embodying that knowledge which you have learned in the books, right? But look, so it's not okay to do it once. You run for the first day, you will feel great. But when you repeat that action over and over again, over and over again, over and over again, and you do it so many times, that it becomes automatic. It becomes a part of you. It becomes who you are. And that's when your third brain takes place, or that's when your third brain gets activated, which is called the cerebrum, which is the non-declarative memory, which is you don't even know how you do it because you have done it so many times. It's implicit now. It's a part of your subconscious. It's unconscious now. So when you repeat that experience over and over again, then it becomes like a skill. It becomes a habit. It becomes a behavior or an attitude. Now it's conditioned in your brain, and that's when you activate your third brain, which is called the cerebrum, or which is the being brain. So 95% of who we are by the age of 35 is actually in this brain, and we actually work as a program because we have repeated our actions over and over again throughout our life, and it becomes a part of you. So you have a implicit memory to brush your teeth. You have your implicit memory to drive your car. You have implicit memory to to take a bath. So that's become a part of your being. So three brains. One is the thinking brain when you learn the information, then the being brain when you experience it, the feeling brain when you experience the information, and when you repeat that information over and over again, that's when you activate your being brain, which is the cerebrum. So three brains, the neocortex, which is the thinking brain, is the largest in humans, followed by dolphins. 40% of our brain is the frontal lobe, which is the neocortex, and that is the thinking brain. We have the ability to understand and comprehend information. The second brain, the limbic brain, which is the size of an apricot, which is the being brain, which is the feeling brain, and finally the cerebrum, which is the being brain. So three brains: neocortex, limbic, and the being brain. So let me get into some concepts which are very important in neocortex, and I'm not going to go in very detail into this, but it's very important to understand how our brain really functions. So let me start with neuro rigidity. What is neuro rigidity? Neuro rigidity is only using our brain's pre-wired connections or memories without making any new connection. So rigidity is to is to process the same thoughts and to perform the same actions and expect a different result. It's not going to happen. So when you're in the same loop over and over again throughout your life, you get into a pattern and you are not able to change the way you are. You're not able to change your destiny because you're just activating the same connections and you're not making any new connections, or you're not learning from any new connections. So neurorigidity is like never learning from experiences. You're so rigid that we never learn from those experiences. What is the nerve growth factor? So this is very important. The nerve growth factor is the chemical glue or the miracle glue that we make, that makes the new synaptic connections stick and become more enriched and more flourished. I'll get into that in more detail. It's also called neurotrophins. So every time you repeat information over and over again, you release these neurotrophins in your brain, which actually makes the neurons stick together and seal it in your brain. So so that's what neurotrophins do. That's why they're called the magical glue, which actually makes the new connection stick and physically change the way your brain functions. So we talked about that, this neurorigidity. So neurorigidity is then thinking in the box. It's making the brain fire in the same sequence and the same pattern over and over again without learning anything new. So if your thoughts, choices, behaviors, experiences, and emotional state remain the same year after year, and the same thoughts are equal to the same feelings, reinforcing the same endless cycle, then your brain gets confined to a hardwired program. It's into a hardwired signature. And the totality of that hardwired circuit, it's called your identity. We are not able to change identity because we're not making new connections in the brain, and that's what's called neurorigidity. It's like living life from the past memories without learning anything new or without having any new experiences. What is neuroplasticity? So this is the hope. This is the opposite of neurorigidity. Neuroplasticity is actually our brain's ability to change its synaptic wiring by learning new information and by recording new experiences, and to maintain that state of being. So when you learn anything new and begin to think in new ways, you are physically making change in your brain, and you start firing your brain in different sequences, different patterns, and different combination. And at that time, there are physical changes that happen inside your brain, and we're going to see that. I'm going to show you how that happens when you learn new information. So then, if neurorigidity was thinking in the box, neuroplasticity is thinking outside the box. So as you begin to think outside the box, new thoughts should lead you to new choices, which should lead you to new behaviors, to new experiences, and to new emotions. And that's when your identity also starts to change. So plasticity is learning new things, creating new experiences, and making new memories, and making your brain physically fire in new ways. And the one ingredient that allows you to do that is knowledge and information. So when you learn something new, there are physical changes that happens in your brain. So so you can imagine right now, as you're learning new information, you are making new connections in your brain, and your brain is physically changing. So let me get into what are the laws of the brain. So there are two laws of the brain. The first law of the brain is called the law of association. So the law of association is how we learn anything new. So the law of association says that you're going to use what's already stored in your brain to learn new information. So you're going to use what's already wired in your brain to create new wiring in your brain. You're going to use what's already known to your brain to make the unknown known. So, so we use the law of association to learn new information by the information which is already stored in your brain. So, for example, if somebody told you that okay, there's a talk by Varun Daga, but you've never heard who he is, and and then someone tells you he's the brother of Shreans Daga. So because Shreans Daga is stored in your memory, it's already stored in your memory through the law of association. You can relate to that memory, and then you can remember this information through this law of association. Or a landmark. When you want to go to a place, you use a landmark because you know that landmark as as an old memory, and you use to learn new information through that old information, right? So that's the law of association. The second law of the brain is called the law of repetition. The law of repetition is how we actually remember. So this is I feel by far the most important law, the law of repetition, because when you repeat something over and over again, you release the hormones, you release the chemicals, which is called neurotrophins. The neurotrophical hormones, the neurotrophic chemicals is released in your brains, which actually makes the neurons stick to each other, and it becomes more enriched. So let me give you an example. Think about a think about a braille reader. He uses these two fingers, uh, and he assigns so much importance to these two fingers. So when he is reading, there's a lot of assignment done to these fingers in his brain, because he has repeated that experience over and over again. And when you do a scan of a braille reader, there is his brain in that sensory that area of the brain which is assigned to these fingers, will the neurons out there will be way more enriched compared to any of us, because he has repeated over and over again that thing, that his brain has become way more enriched than anybody else. So with the law of repetition, we actually remember, and with this neurotrophical chemical, we make these connections seal, and they stick together, right? So two laws of the brain, the law of association, and very important, the law of repetition. So the law of association is also very important, because when you read, let's say you read a book on great people in history, you can actually, with the law of association, you can associate with them and lead your life. And when you repeat it over and over again, that is when you use the law of repetition. So these two laws of the brain are very, very important. So the law of repetition. So when you repeat an action, a thought or an action, it becomes a feeling. And then when you repeat it over and over again, it becomes a skill. And once you repeat it so many times, it becomes so easy. Then it becomes familiar. It becomes common. It becomes natural now. And as you repeat it again and again, it becomes automatic. It becomes routine. It becomes habitual. Now it's effortless. It's now your second nature. It's gone into your subconscious. You can unconsciously do it, just like having a bath or brushing your teeth. You don't even need to think, or driving a car. You don't even know how you do it, but you do it. So then that's when, with the law of repetition, it becomes implicit. And it's the same for everything, whether it is meditation or whether it's driving a car. When you repeat anything over and over again, it seals in your brain, and what syncs together links together. as your body moves, your brain grooves. So when you repeat an action again and again, it becomes a part of you. It becomes unconscious. It becomes subconscious. The law of repetition is extremely important to seal the deal. So this is how the journey begins. So this is how we all start. We are all start with unconsciously unskilled. What is unconsciously unskilled? You don't even know that you don't even know. That's bliss, right? You're unconsciously unskilled. So let me give you an example. There's a 3-year-old, 4-year-old kid and a bicycle. So let me give you an example about that. So he doesn't even know, first he's unconsciously unskilled. He doesn't even know that there is a bicycle that exists, right? So he is unconsciously unskilled. Then he sees some kids around his building cycling, and that's when he realizes, oh wow, that's so cool, and even I want to do it. So that's when he becomes consciously unskilled. He knows that he doesn't know how to ride the bicycle, and he becomes consciously unskilled. Then he forces his mother and father that, please, can you buy me a cycle? And he gets his brand new cycle, and he's super excited to ride it. And that's when he starts learning how to ride the cycle. And he doesn't get it in the first go. He tries it once, he tries it twice, he falls a few times. He needs to learn how to pedal, he needs to learn how to brake at the same time and turn. So there's lots going on, and he slowly becomes consciously skilled. And this is where most people stop. But as a child, the child doesn't stop there, because he goes on and masters that event, right? He masters that skill, and he keeps doing it over and over again, over and over again. And when that when he repeats that over and over again, he becomes unconsciously skilled. And that's when you ask that child, oh my god, how could you turn and the brake and pedal and do so many things at the same time? How do you do it? He'll say, I don't know, I was probably born to do it. And he just doesn't know, because he's done it so many times over and over again that it has become a part of him. It has gone into his subconscious. It is now like brushing your teeth or having a bath. It becomes, he's unconsciously skilled now. So that's what the journey is. Even in meditation, many people stop at this level of consciously skilled. They're like, oh, I've done it many times, I know how to meditate. But the idea is not to stop here. The idea is, do it so many times that it gets boring, right? And I know when I start feeling bored, I know I'm getting very close to my creation, because I know that now it's becoming familiar. Now it's going into my subconscious. And that's the deal, right? When you do it so many times and it goes into your subconscious, then you'll be like, your friends will be like, "Oh, how do you meditate every day? You've been doing it for last 15 years." Like my brother, he's never missed a single day of meditation for years. And all of us asking, how do you do it? And he'll be like, maybe I was born to do it. But the idea is, the law of repetition has made him unconsciously skilled. It's just gone into, it's like eating food, right? It's just gone into the system. So it's very, very important to move beyond this consciously skilled. It's not good to just know. It's very important to repeat it and master it. And then you will be like, I was born a meditator. So some more neuroscience. What is neural nets? These are very, very important. So when gangs of neurons that are fired and wired together to form a community of neurosynaptic connections that are related to a concept or an idea, thought process, memory, skill, behavior, uh, these are called neural nets. So every gang of neuron, maybe it's an idea, it creates a gang of neurons. Many neurons stuck together are called neural nets. So each part of your brain stores different functions that are connected through these neural nets. So these neural nets are very, very important to live your day-to-day life. You use them to lead the, or to think the way you think, because they are the concepts, the ideas, or the thoughts or behavior which have gone into your system. Now this is the fun part. How are these neural nets made? So these are the neural nets, that these are what you use to lead your life and to think and to perform actions. But how are they made? Neural nets are made by combining the law of association, which is learning, along with the law of repetition, which is remembering, to create a new level of mind. That is what creates a neural net. It is like firing in new ways. And as you know, the beauty is that these are the hardwired program. These are the hardwired automatic program which you use every day to live your life. So you can, with the law of association, which is learning, and the law of repetition, which is remembering, create your own neural networks in your brain, which is actually used to live your life. So this is the most important slide for me in neuroscience. So we learned the first concept: nerve cells that fire together, wire together. The second concept in neuroscience, which I feel is extremely, extremely important, and probably one of the most important concepts, is nerve cells that no longer wire together. The nerve cells that no longer fire together, no longer wire together. So let me give you an example. So there was, assume that you were a very, very angry person, very short tempered. It started off as a mood when you were young, and then it became a part of your system, right? It became a part of your personality, from a mood to a temperament to a part of your personality. So what happened, over a time, everybody started feeling that you are an angry person. Your friends, your family, everybody knows that you are a short-tempered person, and you have wired that information over so many years that I am a short-tempered person, I'm an angry person, and I could never be peaceful. But one day you attended Shreans Daga's workshop, and you made up your mind that I am going to be a peaceful person. Next time, whatever happens in my life, my wife shouts at me, I'm still going to be peaceful. Anything happens, I'm going to be peaceful. And you decide that I'm going to meditate over and over again till I achieve that in my life. So you begin your journey. And when you start to meditate initially, your mind will tell you that, oh, how are you going to do it? You're never going to do it. You're an angry person. How can you ever be peaceful? But you decide, right? At that time, what is most important is your willpower. Your will tells you, and the law of repetition, you do it again and again, again and again, again and again, again and again. And you do it so many times that you start making these connections in your brain that you're a peaceful person. You are a peaceful person. You are a peaceful person. You throw an intention into the universe that I'm a peaceful person. So what starts to happen? What's amazing is what starts to happen physically in your brain. You start making these connections, the neurosynaptic connection in your brain, which gets wired together. And when these connections get wired together, what happens is you start stealing the neurotrophins, which are actually connected to your old memory, which is, I'm an angry person, or I'm a short-tempered person. So what starts to happen is, when you start stealing the miracle glue, the neurotrophins from that old memory of I'm an angry person, the connections of that old memory starts to prune, starts to come out. And what starts to happen is all that connection, all that neurotrophins is now used for your new connection that you are a peaceful person. And then what happens? Suddenly, your brain has no memory of you being an angry person, because all those connections are out of the system, is physically out of your brain. And the next time your wife shouts at you, you're just at bliss, and she's wondering that why is he not reacting. And or the next time the market tanks, you're like, okay, that's okay, it's happened before, and it's fine. So you're no more the same person, and you wonder to yourself that what has happened. The memory has actually gone out of your system. And look, guys, this is not some new age science. This is how it is in neuroscience. It's called pruning. You have literally pruned away the old connection to make this new connection, and now your brain is peaceful, and you don't remember yourself as an angry person. And where and you feel that, this looks like a new lifetime. I don't know why I don't feel angry, because those memories are out of your system. But where is that memory gone and stored? It is stored in the soul as wisdom. That's what real wisdom is, to understand that you have overcome and overcome till you have become, right? So you have understood, and you have released that old memory to create a new level of mind. You physically created a new level of mind. So guys, I want to end my neuroscience section, and then I'll get into brainwaves and chakras with this short video where we'll show how this happens in real time.
To break the habit of your old emotional and mental programming. Let me explain. You can break the habit of your old emotional and mental programming. Let me explain. Anything you do, think, or feel is due to the connections between your brain cells called neurons. A thought, feeling, or physical action is created when neurons communicate with each other. When you learn to walk, ride a bike, play piano, new neuron connections are formed. By practicing over and over, those neuron connections become stronger and faster. They become an automatic habit. Your mind can evolve, and you can create the thought and emotional habits that lead to success and happiness. You see, your automatic habits form a vast neural network in your brain. And whenever you have a thought or emotion, your neuron connections get activated. By changing your mind with new thoughts, you will change your life. By practicing your thoughts and emotions over and over every day, they become automatic. So what are you practicing for every day? Anger, depression, frustration, disappointment? You can change your life. You can change your life by creating new neural pathways. You create new neuron connections by practicing over and over the thoughts and feelings of the success and happiness you desire. Accelerate the right connections in your mind so that you think, feel, believe, and act in ways that are consistent with the vision you have of your life.
This is real time, by the way.
You can break old unhealthy habits and create new habits for success and happiness. By stopping your old unhealthy thinking and emotional patterns, those neuron connections grow weaker and disconnect.
You see,
You can
pruning.
disconnect thinking and emotional patterns that may have been sabotaging your success and holding you back. You can break the habit of your old programming. Change your mind and you will change your life. You are well on your way to creating the masterpiece that is you.
So change your mind and you will change your life. So isn't that amazing that all these things, without even knowing, is going on in our brain, and we are just unconscious about it. but we have the ability to change our mind, and that can change our life. So guys, let me just move on to our next topic, called brainwave and chakras. We have, as Indians, we have always heard about chakras, but even brain waves are very, very important concept, as important as chakras. And let me quickly start with brain waves, then I'll get into chakras, and then we will get into the chakra meditation which we have compiled for you. So we live in different brain waves through the day. The conscious part of our brain waves are the beta brain wave or the alpha brain wave. The subconscious part of it are the alpha, theta, and delta brain waves. So delta is when you're actually off to sleep, and beta is when you're wide awake. You also go into high beta, mid beta. There are different levels of brain waves, but primarily these are the 4 levels: beta, alpha, theta, and delta. So when you go to sleep, you move from beta to delta. When you wake up, you move from delta to beta. So 2 times in a day, you actually go through these brain waves, from conscious to subconscious, from subconscious to conscious. So let's get into these, and let's understand how we can understand and use the information to transform ourselves. So look how the brainwave scan looks. So when we are in beta, it's a way more volatile. When you start meditating, when you get into alpha, you start calming your brain, you start anesthetizing your analytical mind. Your brain waves get a lot more calmer. When you're in theta is when you're in deep state of meditation, is when you become even more calm, and delta is when you're off to sleep. And check this out, gamma. Gamma is, it looks very volatile, but gamma actually is the experience which happens during a stage of theta. This is an experience which you have, and many of you have experienced this in the breath work which we've done. You are in deep state of meditation, but when you do a scan of the brainwave, it would look like this, because you're actually having a mystical experience, right? This is when you experience the gamma brainwave in deep state of meditation. And when you're in gamma brainwave, we have seen many people heal themselves of diseases, heal themselves of emotional patterns which have been there for years. And when we experience the gamma brainwave, you release so much energy in your body that all these patterns and all these chronic diseases can also get healed. So we have seen that, and when we've done workshops, we've actually seen the scans of people when they have moved into deep states of meditation, and while these deep state of meditation, they have experienced these gamma brain waves, which is very unnatural for anybody to see. Like if a doctor sees, he'll be like, oh my god, maybe this guy is getting a like an attack or a seizure. But it is a gamma brain wave, which is when you have instant remissions, where you heal yourself of diseases which you cannot imagine to do through the normal route of allopathy or other medicines. Your body is the biggest pharmacy, and this is when you activate your autonomous nervous system when you're in this brainwave. So that's why it is very important to get into this zone, because that's when healing happens, because your analytical mind goes out of the picture, and there's enough time for your body to grow and repair itself. So in different stage of your life, you're in different brain waves. So when you're a baby, when you're 0 to 2 years, you're in the delta brainwave. You're pretty much in like the sleep mode. And if you see the cycles per second, it is 0.5 to 4 cycles per second, which is very, very low. It's probably 1/4 or much lesser than maybe 1/10 of a mid beta or a low beta brainwave. So you are very, very in the delta state as you grow. So that's why, a baby's life, he's completely in the subconscious, and all the information is going unencoded because there is no analytical facility to process that information. So whatever happens, uh, everything goes into the subconscious. So one got to be very careful what we speak and do in front of a child, because every information is going directly into the subconscious. As the child goes from 2 to 6 years, he moves into the theta brainwave, which is 4 to 8 cycles per second. Again, he's again very, very observant. He's absorbing everything. It's like he's like a sponge. Whatever happens in front of that child, it goes into the subconscious directly. So if you are a parent of young children, be very, very conscious what you speak, what you do, or even what you think in front of a child, because vibrationally and with your action, all that goes into the subconscious. And as they grow up, it will come up much later as they start developing their analytical facility. So when you move from 6 to 12 years, you get into the alpha brainwave, and that's when you start start asking questions. That's when you start your analytical facility, your analytical brain, which is your beta brain, your alpha brain. And you start asking questions. You start to feel frustration. You start to feel different emotions which you've probably not felt in the earlier ages. And that's when your 6-year child would probably ask you, is Santa Claus real? They will start to question. They start to learn the tricks of the land, and they start to question more than before. uh, as they grow older, from 12 years, they start to experience low beta. They start to experience more emotions, and you'll be like, what happened to my teenager, my young baby? Why is he feeling all this anger? Why is he feeling all this frustration? But it's absolutely not natural, because he's developing his analytical facility, because he can experience now uh, the brain waves which are low beta, which are mid beta. And that's when he at that age, he's developing these facility to feel those emotions. And he's taking birth in the world as himself or herself, and becoming its own identity. So that's what happens over after the age of 12. Now, what is very, very, very interesting is when you move, when you have stress in your life, when you have tension in your life, when you have chaos in your life, you move from low beta to mid beta to high beta, right? And check this out: low beta is about 13 to 15 cycles per second, mid beta is 16 to 20 cycles per second, and high beta is 22 to 50 cycles per second. It's almost 3 times the low beta which you are in normally. So right now you're learning information, you're in your house, you're safe, you're completely secured, you're in low beta. But the minute you have a stress, you go into high beta. So let me give you an example. uh, you're walking, you're in a forest, you're enjoying the breeze, you're walking in the nature, and you're in low beta brainwave. Now you're smelling the breeze, you're smelling the flowers, you're really, really enjoying the nature. Now, suddenly, all of a sudden, you see a lion come in front of you. What happens? You go into high beta. You're experiencing extreme high beta. You go into something which is called the fight or flight nervous system. You activate a primitive or a sympathetic nervous system in your body. Your neocortex, which is your thinking brain, sends a signal to the limbic brain, which is the feeling brain, which recognizes the lion as a threat, because lion is stored as a threat in the limbic brain, and it sends electromagnetic signals to your spinal cord. when there is this signal is sent to your spinal cord, you turn on the adrenal glands. When the adrenal glands are turned on, you release enormous amount of adrenaline in your body. What happens? Your heart rate increases, your respiratory rate increases, lots of blood is sent to your hands and legs, and now you're ready to either fight or run. In this emotion, you can only fight or run. So what's amazing is that you were in a low beta, but suddenly your body has done all these things to take you in a high beta because there was an external threat in your environment. But it doesn't have to be a lion. It could be your mother-in-law, and the same response can happen. Your brain will send the same signal to your limbic brain. Your brain will send the same signal to your adrenal glands, and again you will be prepared for the worst case scenario, because you're taking your mother-in-law as a predator, and you're imagining your future based on your past experience. And whether it's a lion or a person, or it could be a boss, anybody, the same physiological experience happens, because your body doesn't know the difference between a person or the lion. It takes you into the same stress response, and you go into high beta, and you're prepared to either fight or run from that situation, and you're not ready for any new experience, because you're viewing that person from the lens of the past, and you're believing that your old experience will be your future experience. But what's amazing is that it doesn't even have to be your mother-in-law. It could be your thought alone. Just by thought alone, you can activate your fight or flight nervous system. You can auto suggest, and you can literally activate your fight or flight nervous system, and all these actions will happen just by thought alone. So maybe there's a thought of you getting the coronavirus, or you not paying your bills, or your business is going to shut down. How are you going to pay the banks? I mean, this is a great time to talk about this, because I mean, everybody is dealing with this, and everybody is looking for the worst case scenario. Because if your brain is in the fight or flight nervous system, you're predicting for the worst case scenario. You're not able to predict for a better scenario, right? So what happens is, when you are in this flight or fight nervous system, you release an enormous amount of cortisol. Cortisol is a chemical which is released in your brain. It is an anti-inflammation chemical. It is the anti-pain chemical, and it is great. It is great because when you're running from a lion, you're able to run for a very long time without feeling the pain, without feeling that strain on your body, because the cortisol actually is anti-inflammatory and anti-pain. But it is good for the short run to save yourself from the situation. It's very, very adaptive in the short run, but in the long run, it's extremely maladaptive. It really breaks down your immunity. Cortisol is extremely toxic and very, very addictive, because you want to feel that addiction again and again. You want to feel that emotion again and again, whether it's of that stress. It is extremely addictive. And that cortisol, that addiction, that state actually physically knocks your body out of balance, and you're really headed for disease. So your thoughts can literally make you sick. It's not some philosophy. It's been proven that your thought can literally make you sick, because when you're in because the release of cortisol is very, very bad for your immune system, and can really take you into disease and knock your body out of balance. So why do we do meditation? What is the idea of this? So the idea of this is that you cannot be in the growth part of yourself, growth and repair, and in the fight or flight nervous system. Either you can be in the fight or flight nervous system, or you can be in the growth or repair part of yourself. So when you're in high beta, you're not going to think about so just think about it. You're seeing a tsunami, you're on the beach and you're seeing a tsunami coming from the sea. At that point, you're not going to tell your wife, hey, where are we going to take our next vacation? Or you're not going to think about remodeling your kitchen, because you are in the high beta state. All you're going to think about is run from that situation and fight that situation. So when we are in the high beta, we are not able to be in the growth and repair mode. So that's why it's very, very important to move from this high beta zone to the low beta and alpha. And that's what we do in meditation. We take you down from low beta to alpha to theta, and that's when your body starts to repair, and your autonomous nervous system kicks in, and growth and repair starts to happen. So very, very important to get away from this high beta. And many people use drugs, they smoke, they have alcohol to get their stress down and to move away from high beta. But that has its own disadvantages, and it again knocks your body out of balance, and it's again very addictive. So through meditation, we have a much better way to deal with it and get your body in lower states of brain waves. Then there's an inverse relationship between cortisol and your melatonin level. Melatonin is which is the growth chemical, which is the repair chemical. And when your cortisol level goes up, your melatonin level drops. When your melatonin level goes up, your cortisol level goes up. So when you're in deep meditation, or when you're rested, you release melatonin, which repairs your body, and which reduces your cortisol level. So you must have seen, when you're in extreme stress, you're not able to sleep, and you're very narrow focused. You're thinking of the worst case scenario again and again, and it's addictive, because you're releasing cortisol in your brain, and the melatonin falls down, and you're not able to sleep. So very, very important, as your melatonin level increases, your cortisol level automatically goes down, and that happens in the meditation. We talked about this, we are like young kids, we got to get into the programmable stage, which is the theta stage, which is the alpha, theta, delta stage, where we are like a child. Even now we can be like a child, and you can literally change the way you think. You can reprogram your mind, you can reprogram your body by going into that state, because that is the key to your subconscious. And you can you cannot do it in the beta state, but when you get into theta state, that's why we take you, even in the 5 steps to manifestation, we actually first take you into the theta state. We try that, everybody is in that state, and that's when we manifest, because that's when you're seeding the idea in the subconscious. So the whole purpose is to move beyond the analytical mind. It's to move through this analytical mind and move through and get into the alpha, theta, and delta state. So you have to go beyond the beta state, and that is the purpose of meditation. You have to lose your ego, you have to lose your identity, and your analytical mind is the gateway to the software program. You have to, once you lose your ego and identity, your personality, your yourself, that's when you get into the alpha and theta state. So when your analytical mind, the thinner your analytical mind, the more suggestible you are. The thicker your analytical mind, the less suggestible you are. Your analytical mind is your identity, is your ego. Once you lose that, it's the doorway to your subconscious. So that's what we try to do with breath work. You automatically, it anesthetizes your analytical mind, and you instantly get into your subconscious. See, this is the actual brain scan before meditation and after meditation, how your brain waves have become from an incoherent brain waves to coherent brain waves. So you can say that incoherent brainwaves is like disease. As you get into meditation, you get into coherent brainwaves when healing starts to take place. That gets me to the last part of my presentation, is chakras. I mean, this is so important because different parts of our body, we store different emotions in different chakras of our body. And what happens is, through our life and lifetimes, these emotions are stored in your body. And when you start to release these emotions, you start feeling that so much energy your body can generate to heal itself. So, like your root chakra, your Mooladhara, your root chakra, your base chakra, you have emotions like sexual depravity, sexual addiction, anxiety, sexual anxiety, trauma from molestation, pain, sexual pain. So this is where you store all these kind of energies. So when your energies become stuck in your body, it cannot flow to higher chakras. And since emotions are energy, these emotions get stuck in different chakras and we cannot evolve, right? So when you have these emotions stuck in different chakras of your body, you're not able to evolve into your true potential, into your true being, into higher chakras. uh, we're going to talk about that. So your navel chakra, which is your swadhisthana, where you store uh, energies like guilt, shame, pain, unworthiness, lack, victimization. uh, your solar plexus, the manipura, where you store emotions like competition, ego, impatience, conflicts, controls. So I think what happens is that when these emotions are stored in your lower chakras, we are not able to move and circulate those energies through higher chakras, to your heart center, to your higher chakras. And the idea of meditation and the breath work, what we're trying to do is, your body knows what it wants to release. And the idea is to generate that much energy to release all your emotion. That's why in breathwork, many people scream, many people cry, many people yell. They get into their past lives. They get into lot of emotional trauma or drama in that 1 hour, because they're releasing years of these trapped emotions in the body. And when they get released, they release so much energy for growth and repair, and to move to higher centers. So that is the purpose, to move from our survival state to our creation state. So the idea is, when the energies are stuck in your lower chakras, you have energies like doubt, fear, anger, insecurity, worry, anxiety, judgment, shame, guilt, depression, lust, hostility. I mean, the all kind of emotions you feel, and you block all these energies in your lower chakras. And when you start to meditate, and when you repeat that action over and over again, automatically, you don't even have to try. You automatically start releasing all these emotions. You start becoming more aware of them. It doesn't happen overnight. You will still move from your survival emotions to creative emotions through the day. But the idea is to be aware of these emotions. The more aware you are, automatically you'll be able to switch to the creative emotion, to the elevated self of yourself, and start to feel more love, more joy, more trust, more inspiration, peace, empowerment, and begin to evolve. And trust me, I have had moments in my meditation where you realize that this is who you really are. This is what you really want to feel. You just want to memorize that emotion, memorize. Even in the breath works, you just want to memorize that emotion, that this is who I am truly. and you don't, and when you go back to your life, you just want to get back to that emotion. So whenever you feel these negative emotions in your life, just be aware and let it pass, like you're sitting on a platform and you're letting the train pass, right? You don't have to get onto the train, you don't have to give it energy, and wherever you place your attention, your energy will go. So if you do not give it energy, it will come and go, and you will be able to get back to your higher energy centers, your higher chakras. So the whole idea, and we're going to do the chakra meditation now, this is my last slide, is to balance all your chakras and to balance different energies of your chakra. And when all your chakras are balanced, automatically your whole your whole body, your whole your whole system gets balanced, and it can take you into higher chakras, and you're able to flow your energy, you're able to do the growth and repair, you're able to manifest. I think everything becomes way more easier when all the chakras get balanced. Even when you meditate or you do the breath work, it automatically happens. But when you do the chakra meditation, you're putting your energy to it, you're putting your attention to it, and wherever you place your attention, you place your energy, right? So when you place your attention in different parts of these chakras, you will start to feel it release, you'll start to empower these chakras and start to balance it. So what happens when your Mooladhara, your root chakra, is imbalanced? You feel low esteem, you feel low energy. As you start to balance it, you will feel more confident, full of energy. Your navel chakra, there's loss of creativity when it's imbalanced. You have to move from being in that problem, despair, to start feeling more confident. You have new ideas, you can create the life you want when it gets balanced. So you automatically start these having the change in emotions without even realizing, as you start to balance your chakras. Your solar plexus, the Manipura, you feel anger, you feel the task is not finished, I'm not able to do it when it's imbalanced. When you start balancing it, you're more organized, you can accomplish your more you can accomplish your dreams way more easier. It just starts to flow. And once these chakras are balanced, you start moving a lot of your energy from lower centers, lower chakras, to higher chakras, to your anahata, which is your heart chakra. You feel broken when it's imbalanced. From that, you start feeling loved, you are loving. You look at everybody, even to the people you hate earlier, you start looking at them with love, because all you have inside you is love. And then your throat chakra, your Vishuddha chakra, you cannot express yourself when it's imbalanced. To expressing yourself freely, you can say whatever you want. So many times the biggest problem is communication. We cannot communicate what you feel, but when this is balanced, and you cannot communicate sometimes to your dear ones, your children, your family, your mother, father, brother, sister. But when you balance it, you will realize that you can express yourself so freely that you're amazed at yourself, that how easily that happens. And coming higher, your third eye, your Anjana, you're indecisive, confused when it's balanced, you have poor insight. And then as you move your energy, getting in more balance, you give it more attention, you start feeling more calm, you can solve any problem, and you're getting into the higher self of yourself. You're getting into the creative self of yourself. From the survival mode, you're moving to the creative mode, and that feeling is just amazing. That feeling is so real that it just makes you feel great. Then finally, your Sahasra, your crown chakra. When you balance that, you feel peace. Earlier, you feel depression, anxiety, loneliness, confusion, but now all you feel is immense peace, immense gratitude, and you start to trust the way life is taking you. Even when you're having problems in your life, it's to elevate you, it's to take you, it's to evolve you, it's speeding the journey of your evolution. And you take everything in your stride, and that's when you start to drink from a deeper well. So thank you, guys. That was my presentation on brainwaves, chakras, and neuroscience. I hope you enjoyed it. Now it's time for experience. I request Shreans to take us through this beautiful meditation which we've compiled, going into different parts of the chakras. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Varun. It was wonderful. Every time Varun speaks, he gives me an infinity complex. So, so thank you, Varun. But it was great. And
you are the inspiration. There's no reason for. I'm just saying what I've learned from you.
yeah. So, friends, so now we'll be going to meditation. And a lot of time people ask that why don't you just take one class on theory? But I always like to combine theory with meditation, because as Varun also said, that knowledge is a precursor to any experience. And the more knowledge we have, the more better we are prepared for the experience. And friends, this is the time in history which is not enough to know, but to know how and actually become it. So that's why I like to combine knowledge with experience, because knowledge without experience is just intelligence. And experience without knowledge is ignorance. So when we combine knowledge with experience, that is when it's called wisdom or evolution. So that's why I prefer this combination, always knowledge with experience. And because this research shows that otherwise you may just forget this after 2 days. But when you integrate with experience with meditation, then it will become a part of your memory, and then you'll remember it. So that's why it's important. And yeah, so this meditation is a short meditation, 36 minutes. I'll give you a little brief about meditation. So first 3 minutes is deep breathing, where the music is there and I'll be guiding you. And after that, just the music changes, and then for half minute, just center yourself. And after that, there'll be a bell will be ringing, and then you'll focus as soon as the bell rings. So we'll focus on the first chakra. The first chakra is the root chakra, which is at the base of your spine. So you'll focus on that chakra. So when you focus on that chakra, you'll breathe. You place your attention on that chakra all the time during those 4.5 minutes. The music is for 4.5 minutes, the same music. And then your whole attention is on that chakra, and as if you're breathing from that chakra. Anyways, when you place your attention, you will naturally be breathing from that. So you'll feel that as if you're breathing from that chakra. And wherever you place your attention, you place energy. That's why with your just the very act of placing attention will harmonize the chakra, which balance the chakra. And the music will help you. It has different tones, frequencies. It's scientifically designed at certain hertz for each chakra. It's called harmonics. And then I'll be saying one affirmation with each chakra, with each when you place your attention on that specific chakra, so that you put your intention to for that chakra. So that will be the flow of the whole meditation. So after every 4.5 minutes, again the bell will ring, and again I'll guide you. Then we move to the second chakra. Second chakra is about below your abdomen. Is the sacral chakra. So if you focus on that second chakra, then again 4.5 minutes, the bell will ring. Then you move to solar plexus. This is just above the abdomen. Again for 4.5 minutes, you'll focus on this. Then we move to heart chakra, another 4.5 minutes. Then throat chakra, and then third eye chakra, and then sahasrara chakra. And after that, we'll come back to center ourselves for 1 minute, and we'll come out of the meditation. So this is how the whole flow will be. And so allow the sound to do its job. Let it flow to each and every part of your each and every chakra whenever you are focusing on that chakra. So the music will play a very important role, and just be completely in the present moment. So this is a meditation come and exercise. So we are doing an exercise to harmonize the chakra. So it is in between. It is not just meditation. We are becoming no mind, nothing, no place, nowhere, no time. No, it is not just that. It is it's like a combination of meditation with an exercise. So you can do either lying down or sitting, whichever way you like. It's totally fine. But whichever position you take, then you continue in that position. But if you're sitting down, then you can of course lie down. But if you're lying down, then don't get up and sit again. Yeah. And you have to breathe from your nose and keep your attention on the respective chakra. And I'll be guiding you. There'll be very minimal guiding so that you can stay focused. And yeah, we are ready to start. So you have to cross your hands, cross your legs, close your eyes, take a comfortable position. Start the music. Inhale deeply and exhale, relax. Inhale deeply, exhale, let go. Full breath, exhale, relax. Full breath, exhale, relax. Follow the same breathing rhythm as per the music. You will take 3 minutes of conscious connected breathing. Inhale deeply, exhale, relax. Conscious full breath, exhale, let go. Be in the complete present moment now. Completely drop your identity, your ego, your personality self. Follow the rhythm of your breath, the music. Conscious connected breathing. Center yourself. Focus your attention to your root chakra, below the base of your spine, the Muladhara chakra. As if you are breathing from this chakra. Put your attention Remember, where you place your attention, you place your energy. Safe, supported and nurtured. Repeat it in your mind. I am safe, supported and nurtured in this world. your attention below your abdomen to your sacral chakra, to your sex chakra. sensual being and joyous in my relations. I am a sensual being and joyous in my relations. Attention up to your solar plexus, to your navel chakra, the third chakra. And breathe from this chakra. Just above your abdomen. I am confident and powerfully centered in my purpose. Affirm with me. I am confident and powerfully centered in my purpose. attention up, further up to your heart center. This is the creative center where we create from. And affirm with me, I am a vehicle of giving and receiving love in perfect balance. I am a vehicle of giving and receiving love in perfect balance. your attention further up to your throat center, your Vishuddha Chakra. And affirm with me, I am a speaker of truth and I am heard, acknowledged and appreciated. I am a speaker of truth, and I am heard, acknowledged, and appreciated. I can express freely. I can express freely and easily. attention to your sixth chakra, the third eye, the Ajna chakra. And affirm with me, I am an intuitive vessel. I honor the guidance and wisdom I receive. I am an intuitive vessel. I honor the guidance and wisdom I receive. further up to your crown chakra over your head, your seventh chakra, Sahasrara chakra, and affirm with me. I'm connected to the source, to all that is. I am connected to the source, to all that is. I am aligned to the fullest potential of my spiritual essence. I am aligned to the fullest potential of my spiritual essence. integrate your feelings, the peace, the bliss, the calmness that you're feeling within. And when you're ready, back to the new body. Whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands over your eyes. You can slowly come back and open your eyes. Take your time. And whenever you're ready, come back. Thank you, friends. Thank you for this wonderful journey which you have taken with me. And thank you for giving your time. Thank you for extending your time and still staying late. I guess I have to extend the timing now officially for 2 hours. We've been always running late by half an hour. So, but thank you. Hope you enjoyed your meditation. And my next session is on Saturday on breathwork. We made some last time we played some new music, but we made some more changes with some feedback, and we'll be again playing with that new music with the changes. And I have with me my dear friend Rishabh, who is the co-host with me. Rishabh, are you there? In the meantime, yeah, Rishabh, can you? So Rishabh is the one who inspired me to do all these presentations, and he's a close friend, and we used to talk within our friends and just general spiritual discussion. And he pushed me that you have to start teaching. You have to. I had a big fear of public speaking and being on the stage, but he pushed me, and especially online, I was like very scared. But again after lockdown, again he pushed me. And thank you, Rishabh, for pushing me, and he helped me compile all this music and all the slides, everything from scratch. He's been integral part of it. So Rishabh, thank you. He's the one who is answering all the questions on all the chats. So maybe Rishabh, we can have a few words from you.
Yeah. Thank you, Shreans. I think, Shreans, thank you from all the participants, all of us, because of the knowledge that you've been spreading. And I hope everyone is able to benefit out of this. Thank you.
Right. So thank you, Rishabh. Thank you, Varun. And we'll have a few words from Karthikeyan sir, and then we'll go to question and answers.
Rishabh, Varun, and Shreans, it's a wonderful experience. Amazing. How do you perform these miracles? The music was wonderful, and the experience is amazing.
Thank you.
From simple, can I talk?
Yeah, please, sir.
From simple Anapanasati meditation, you are evolving into various levels. You are taking it. These are all your inventions. But Vipassana, Buddhas, that is they discovered. Even today, it's a very complicated exercise. I have gone through it. I'm sure most of them. And then I've been reading with Guruji, Satyanand Goenkaji, who brought it back from Burma to India 60 years back. Now it's all over the world. And I have gone through it in a very critical time, 10 days, where, I couldn't be away for even 1 hour. I had to. It was a very tough. But how, I don't know. I'm going to ask Patriji again tomorrow, how he simplified it into the Anapanasati meditation, which is he democratized it, take it to everybody. And from that now, you have been innovating newer projects and taking you to different levels. Hats off to all the three of you.
Thank you.
Varun and Shreans, amazing. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, friends. So we'll be sharing all this music and slides. And I encourage all of you to, who haven't gotten the mail or something, so you can please go on the site, thebreathwork.in, THEBREATHWARK, thebreathwork.in. And you can download all the music and download all the slides. All the slides will be available by this Friday. So just after 2-3 days, then it will all be available. So you can download all the music for all the meditations we have done and all the slides we have shared for all the sessions. It will be separated for all the sessions and all the along with those meditations and the slides. So it will be very easy for you to know which one is what, and you can download it along with the links which of the recordings of these sessions which we have on Thriive YouTube channel. So it will be, you'll have the links also, so it will be easily directly take you to those. If you want those guided sessions, it can directly take you there. So thank you, friends. Thank you, friends, for joining again. And I wish you, those who would like to stay, please stay for question and answers. And I'll be taking Q&As, and whoever wants to, please raise your hands and I'll be unmuting you. And those who have to leave, please feel free to leave. And thank you for your time again. And take time to just whatever makes you feel good, and what you feel is what you attract. So focus on good feelings. Focus on, place your attention on pure positive things, which is aligned to your vision of future. Take time to find your purpose of life and stay inspired, stay empowered. Thank you. Just a minute. Karthikeyan sir will like to speak.
If you'd like more people to join this program on Saturday,
yes, sir.
I request you to send a flyer with all the details.
Yes, sir.
Linking everything 1 day earlier at least.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Not the same day, it will not reach people who are not watching it.
No, right, sir.
You will only even see Saturday means you can send it on Thursday or Friday morning.
Sure.
Then I can send it to lots and lots of people.
That would be great, sir. That's perfect. We'll do it on for Saturday. We'll plan it on Friday itself. Yeah.
Friday morning it should come to
Friday
me.
morning. Sure.
Otherwise,
sure.
You are busy. It will come late in the night. And
no, sir. It will come on Friday morning.
You make it a point. Send it me on Thursday. I will send it on Friday morning.
Then we will send it to you on Thursday.
Okay. Thank you.
Right, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And thanks for sharing. Thank you. Right. So we'll start the sharing session with the question and answers. So, so Moksha Kumar.
Yeah. Hi, Shreans. You can hear me?
Yeah. Hi, Moksha.
Yeah, hi. I'm from Bangalore. Wonderful, sir. I'm really grateful. My heart full of gratitude for you guys. Wonderful. Energetic hug to all of you out there.
Yeah, and same from my side. Energetic hug to all of you. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. And it was a mind blowing. It was the most powerful meditation I have done in last 6-7 sessions, which I have been joining you guys. Wow. This healing of chakras was truly amazing. I felt true power in it, and I feel it's. Was there a particular reason for limiting it to 4.5 minutes for each chakra?
No, there was no specific reason. The idea is to within the timeline. So we wanted to.
But then when you practically do it, if you want your solar plexus to be more energetic, or if you want your heart, you can focus for a longer period of time.
In this meditation, actually, every piece of music is for that specific chakra. It's for that particular, a particular hertz at a particular frequency is meant for that chakra. So not in this. But otherwise on a normal meditation, you can of course focus and for different.
And even in this also there were like 4 different things. One, you had to focus on your breath and the music, and then you had to focus on one particular chakra. Along with it, you had to you do that affirmation. So that affirmation is like, do you continuously chant or
no, just one time. Just one time have an intention. Just very very mildly have that intention.
And then you just focus on the breathe and from the throat or whichever chakra.
Yeah.
It was like that.
Perfect. You're right.
Yeah, and it is to be repeated like once a week or like the regular
Up to
the
you.
breath
Up
work
to you.
one?
You can do it. Yeah, probably once a week. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, okay. Wonderful, Shreyanshi. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you, Moksha. Yeah. So we'll go to Karuna More. Yeah. Hi, Karuna. Karuna, it seems we don't have a clear range. So, Karuna? No, we can't hear you.
Can I speak in Hindi?
या आप हिंदी में बात कर सकते हैं.
ओके पहले तो मैं आप दोनों को बहुत बहुत थैंक्स देना चाहूँगी. आज वरुण जी ने भी जो एक्सप्लेन किया दैट वाज रियली अमेजिंग एंड बहुत ही अच्छा था, जो कि बहुत सारी क्लैरिटी को लेके आया. एंड मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि मैंने 2-3 आपके सेशन अटेंड किए हैं, और लेकिन क्या होता है कि मैं ब्रेथ लेते लेते पता नहीं मेरा सब कुछ बंद हो जाता है, मैं नींद में चली जाती हूँ. क्या होता है मालूम नहीं, ब्रेथ भी लेना मेरा रुक जाता है. मतलब उस तरह से जो कि अपना मेथड है कि जिस तरह से भी लेना है, मैं चुपचाप एकदम शांति से नींद में चली जाती हूँ. फिर मेरे को थोड़ी देर में आता है कि मैं क्या कर रही हूँ, फिर वापस शुरू होती हूँ. तो ये क्या
नहीं, वो परफेक्टली फाइन है. वो दैट्स अ नेचुरल स्टेट एंड वन ऑफ द पर्पस इज दैट, सो इट्स परफेक्टली फाइन.
तो जैसे आज का जो सेशन था उसमें जैसे उन्होंने बताया कि अब सबकॉन्शियस माइंड में चले जाते हैं जैसे करते करते, तो क्या वो मेरी थोड़ी सी देर की वो स्टेट होती है या नींद की स्टेट होती है? मेरे को
मेडिटेशन इज अ स्टेट बिटवीन स्लीप एंड अ कॉन्शियस अवेयरनेस. तो जब अपने को कॉन्शियस अवेयरनेस भी नहीं रहा और पर हम सो भी नहीं रहे हैं, तो वो जो बीच की स्टेट है वो मेडिटेशन की स्टेट है. और आप जो जिस स्टेट में स्लिप होते हैं वो वाली स्टेट है, तो वो परफेक्टली फाइन है. जो नो माइंड स्टेट है, थॉटलेसनेस की स्टेट है.
हाँ 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 हाँ. ओके, थैंक यू थैंक्स अ लॉट.
थैंक यू. Yeah, friends, this website sometimes is not opening up, but we are making few changes at the back end. So from tomorrow it will again be properly operating, the website. Yeah. Seema.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, Seema.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, Seema.
Yeah, I have been doing your sessions.
Yeah,
like
thank
even
you.
I have done that manifestation, and I have given my question, but I didn't get the answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, while doing that manifestation session, my whole right side was vibrating strongly.
Right.
And I had lot of pain at my calves. Is it okay?
Yes, totally fine. It's totally fine. Yeah.
Okay.
It's quite normal to have these kind of experiences in meditation, because what is happening is the release from the body, the energy release from the body. Whatever emotions has been blocked is releasing. So it's all these experiences are absolutely fine. So don't get worried. Don't analyze it too much. I mean, you have to just trust that what is happening is probably right for you at that time, at that moment. Yeah.
And one more thing, while analyzing your chakras and visualizing that, we have to like move a body part there, or we have to focus it. How do we do that?
Just mentally focus, just through your awareness, not with no physical movement.
Okay. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Seema. Thank you.
We are very grateful to you. Thank you.
Thank you. So Rita Taneja.
Hello.
Yeah, Rita. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, hi, Rita.
Good evening, Shreans. Hi.
Good evening, Rita.
It was amazing. Music was really, really very amazing. For every chakra, the music was perfect. Thanks for Rishabh. He's compiling this music, na?
Yeah,
he's compiling this music.
Supporting me for all this works. Yeah. Not just music, including the
Okay,
slides, everything is helping with. I mean, it's fully known.
Yeah, that is truly amazing. That is our good karma. We came in your contact and we are doing. You are giving food to our soul.
No,
That
it's my
is
pleasure. It's a
really.
food to my soul also, so it's mutually beneficial.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hats off you two guys. Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you. So we'll take to Priyanka Rasi Vasya. Yeah, Priyanka.
Yeah, hi, can you hear me?
Hi, Priyanka. Yeah.
So I just wanted to share my experience because I am actually not into meditation. Somebody shared your link and really recommended you. So
Okay.
firstly, the first experience that I
So
had.
this is your first time into meditation?
Yeah, it's my
Okay,
first
great.
time.
Welcome.
Yeah, my mom actually thought I was playing dead or something because she came and she shook me up because I'm not used to even lying down on my back for so long. So it was really
Okay.
nice. So firstly, I could see a lot of colors.
Right.
For some reasons.
Right.
And secondly, as you moved upwards toward the chakras, I had this very funny fear which kind of took over me, and I was like scared, but I could not figure out as to why, for what, and I'm a very strong-headed girl. So I had these very funny emotions running through my head. Not that I dozed off at all. I was quite aware of whatever you were saying. I was quite connected that way.
Right.
But the fear got me thinking, like while I was meditating, the fear kind of got me thinking as to why am I feeling so I don't know how to
Yeah,
even
so the fear is it's sometimes we say, as I repeated the same answer. So when you are releasing these emotions, so you may feel that you are very strong, but deep down, probably because of our facade of being strong, we sometimes some emotions which we put it below the carpet and lie deep buried, and now, and especially during the first time you're meditating, so it's just coming out. So, and you'll be fine in some time, so don't worry about it. But yeah, it's just these emotions are just surfacing up. And regarding seeing colors, it's very common because it's like when you're switching on the TV for the initially start some colors and then you see the picture. So in meditation, you tune into the frequencies which are not actually accessible to our naked eyes. So you started tuning into those high frequencies, and initially you start seeing as colors, and then with and then course of time you start seeing as a clear images or visions.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Priyanka. Yeah, so Nirjara Doshi. Yeah, Nirjara. Just unmute yourself.
Yeah, I did now. Okay.
Hi, Nirjara.
Hi,
So just say
Shreans,
where are you from, and then you can speak.
Oh, I'm from Mumbai, Shreans.
Okay, yeah.
And I have been connected to you, and I have been attending all your seminars, breathworks, everything except for one in between I skipped. All of them I make sure I have all the time. In fact, I have another online class happening, but I always skip that for this one.
I know. Thank you so much for giving this a priority, because I know there are so many webinars going on these days, but still you all take 2 hours and give this a priority. Thank you thank you all for this.
It's not about that. That's a paid one, in fact, but this gives so much of a sense to our life and so much of stability. And actually, I watch you on live on YouTube, but then I realized I cannot actually connect to you. So after the session, I connected to the Zoom webinar just to essentially thank you, Varun and Rishabh. The trio, the trifecta has really bringing a lot of changes in our life. I remember my first breath work and my last breath work, and there has been an immense change within my own personality, which is a personal reality. I'm creating a personal reality for myself now.
Absolutely.
And all these things, even Varun's session today was so lovely to understand. A lot of things is from other masters that I learned, but the way he has put it is so beautiful. And somehow when I look at you on the screen, there is a sense of security that comes within me, that I'm on the safe hands, I'm in right hands, and my session always goes well. I just want to ask, since last 3 to 4 sessions, in all the 3 sessions, I have been crying a lot. And in all the 7 sessions, there were 2 chakras which I really cried a lot. and as you move to the next chakra, the crying stops. So I was wondering, what is it kind of, if you can, help me on understanding that.
Yeah, so it's simple. With meditation, we're releasing so much of emotions, and bottom line is, after the meditation, you feel so good, you feel so lighter, and you feel so relieved, as if you trust the universal intelligence and let it do what it does for it. So a lot of time I encourage you not to even analyze it too much. So if it is happening, just let it happen, and just trust the process and feel gratitude that, wow, something has happened, something is going on. As long as something is happening, is great.
Yeah, but it's really changing me, and I seriously bless the three of you for the same from the deepest part of my heart. And I've been connected to Patri sir since a long time, and I knew you. I've met you, in fact, in Bangalore, in Pyramids.
Okay,
I met
great.
you also. You probably wouldn't remember because you meet so many. But this series, what you have started, and I really thank Rishabh for pushing you, because you are the light bearer for all of us, and it's really changing me. And I really always connect to you because I always want to be in the session, but I always want to thank you post, and that bringing this change in my life. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, bye.
Yeah, thank you, bye. So so we'll talk to Dr. Anjali Bhagwat. Yeah, Dr. Anjali.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah,
can
we can hear you
me?
now.
Am
Yeah,
I
we can hear
audible?
you. Yeah, very much. Yeah.
Unfortunately, just have started, and this chakra healing, I've been now pranic healing.
Dr.
And,
Anjali, I think your range is
from-
very poor, so we are not able to hear you clearly.
Okay, because here seriously, can you hear me now?
No, not very clearly. So maybe you can write it to us, or you can mail me at Shreans@Thriive.in, and maybe I can answer you there.
Okay. Am I audible now?
Now you are audible. Yeah.
Okay. So I was saying,
No, sorry, Dr. Anjali. We have to
from my school.
Yes, again, your voice is breaking, so we have to unmute you now. And you can please mail me at Shreans@Thriive.in. So we move to next, Amrita Anand.
Hello.
Yeah, Amrita.
Hi, Shreans. I'm extremely grateful to you and the team. And Varun, it was a beautiful experience. Me and my sister Archana, we have been following you religiously. And we both are extremely grateful to you. You have added a new facet to our life. I have one question. How can I surrender myself more to the meditation?
I think practice, because the experience will help you surrender more, and because once you know that what is your experience, so I think so your question is surrender to meditation or during the meditation?
During the meditation.
So I think it's just more about practice, because once you have those feelings or those elevated emotions, those creative feelings, those high vibrations, feelings of love, oneness, then it will be easier for you to surrender.
Okay.
Naturally. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Dinima Daryani. Okay. Then so Harish.
No.
Dinima will come back to you after this. Yeah, Harish.
Clear now?
Yeah, Harish.
Yeah, I'm from Chennai.
Yeah.
The presentation from Varun was great, and it was very easy to understand about the neuroscience and the chakras.
Thank you.
My question will be about the chakras part. It's been a year since I've always seen myself in the emotions, the creative emotions part, as in the selfless emotions, or the elevated emotions. I don't see myself having guilt, shame, depression, any of the lower emotions. I always see myself in the upper elevated emotions part.
Right.
And it's been almost a year where I'm aware of these emotions.
Right.
And but I always wanted to know which chakras or which of the chakras which I've unlocked now, as in which is the position of the chakra which I'm in, or which is the recent chakra which I've unlocked, or where do I stand in the chakras part is what I've always wanted to know. And during the last breathwork session, it was complete darkness, and I saw a blue ball of light, or in my meditative state. So I assumed that the blue ball of light, it stood in front of me for like more than a minute. So I assumed that should be the color of a chakra telling to me. So I thought it was the throat chakra. But I also see myself at certain circumstances getting myself back to the lower emotions of anger. But how does it work, these chakras? Do I elevate and do I stand there, or do I also come back to lower level emotions as well? But I am aware that I am coming down to lower level emotions, but how does it stand? So once I get elevated, do I stand there, or how do I stand?
No. Just be in the process. So I mean, don't analyze it too much and just go with the flow. I mean, it is not a mechanical process that you have to do something about it, or you are seeing something what you have to do. Just be in the journey.
Okay. But how do I see where do I stand at least to get up?
You don't. Why do you have? You don't have to see anything. You don't have to see anything. Yeah.
Okay.
As long as you're feeling great, you're doing great, you're enjoying your life, and you are always with elevated emotion. That is what we're all meditating for, to reach there. Where you're already there. Yeah.
But is there any specific thing that we have to move towards to unlock a certain chakras and work towards it? Is it that
same? No, meditation, breath work, this meditation. So when it happens, it happens. Yeah.
So there is no specific need to estimate as how much is the progress or anything of this sort.
No.
Okay, understood. And also, but once the elevated emotions also come, and there are these anger does also pop in sometimes. Is it?
That's fine.
It is an amalgamation of both emotions.
Yeah, that's fine. They are all sides of one same coin. So it is.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens, absolutely.
Okay.
There's nothing negative about that emotion, actually. It's just an expression, and which needs to be released. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So I'll go. I don't know is this person's name. Galaxy A70. I think is from his mobile Galaxy. So, anyways, you can unmute and maybe you can say his name. Hello. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you just say your name and where you're from, and you can speak? Sorry, we can't hear you at all. Sorry. No, we can't. Your voice is too low, so we can't hear you.
Is it okay now?
No, it's still very low. So we'll move to Dinima Daryani. Okay, so Dinima Daryani. Okay. So maybe we can move to Anjana Desai. Anjana Desai.
Hello.
Yeah, Anjana, hi. Yeah.
How are you?
Good. Very good. So I'm sure you're walking after your on your terrace. Okay.
It was amazing, really mind-blowing. You two guys are, I mean, all three of you, in fact. And today, for the first time, your brother took it up, and he was so cute, you know. he made you just flow into the whole process very nicely. And I wanted to ask one question. You know, I've done these chakra things earlier, but I was always told that you're supposed to see the colors, you know, the different colors which are associated to each chakra.
Right.
Is that necessary, or it's not really important?
No, I mean, you can use it, but it is not, nothing is necessary. I mean, nothing is important, because the idea is then how much do you want to apply your mind? I mean, I don't want to. The idea is eventually you want to go in the process. You don't want to keep making it too logical. Then Yeah.
Okay. So just breathing from that, the way you explained.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was going very, very fine, and it really took you into a beautiful space. Didn't want to come out at all, just like your breath work. Even in this, I didn't feel like coming out of it.
Thank you. I think the group energies are so
wonderful.
It helps
I
each other,
all like-minded people. In fact,
Absolutely,
today a friend of mine from Calcutta was in touch, and even they have a thing called as Awareness Foundation. So I've spoken to him about this, and it'll be nice if you could come on that platform also.
Sure. Let me know. Yeah, let me know.
Possible. Yeah? But amazing. You guys are really amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
God bless all of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, Dinima Daryani. Yeah, finally. I think you're playing hide and seek. I think the moment I try to unmute, you are lost. Okay, Uma. Yeah, Dinima. Dinima, you can speak now.
Hello.
Yeah, Dinima.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, thank God. So I want to first thank you. I have attended, I think, 5 to 6 sessions with Thriive.
Oh, great.
And it is actually just a synchronicity for me which happened that I somehow stumbled upon the link of Thriive. And I've been having like a lot of fun at these sessions. So thank you so much for that. This was the best one.
Thank you so much.
I actually want to ask you a question. I've been doing meditation for a while now. Like I meditate for at least an hour and a half or 2 these days.
Wow.
So every day. So lately I've been I've been having a lot of non-dual experiences. I don't know how to describe it, but do you have some knowledge about these non-dual experiences? If you can talk about it a little bit. Like just
if you can,
will be okay.
So in meditation, you move from duality to non-duality because that is your true essence. That is your true source. When you connect to your source, and when you connect to your inner being, you experience that oneness. From somebody, something, somewhere, someplace, sometime, you move to nobody, no one, nowhere, no place, no time. And from nobody, no one, nowhere, no place, to no time, you move to everybody, everyone, everything, every time. You become completely everything.
You are everything.
You are everything. That's what we call Aham Brahmasmi.
Yeah.
So we are God. So you experience that state, and that is the state of oneness, and that is the ultimate state. So which is great, which is amazing. And that's great that you are meditating every day for 1.5 to 2 hours. That's awesome.
Thank you. But now, like when I come back to like the reality bit of it, like okay, the funny thing is that I'm calling it reality, but now that you come back to the reality, sometimes you experience visual things, like how sometimes my vision is like slightly blurry when I come back from meditation. Like it seems like the world in front of me is also like merging into one. Or say for example, like today after the meditation, for the very first time, I felt like my third eye opened and I could actually feel it blink. And when I came out of it, I could still feel it blinking. And I just took a pen and paper and wrote down my entire experience like in like full speed. So is it actually okay to feel that way?
It's absolutely fine. It's totally fine, and that is what it happens in meditation, because I mean, as you see that when even the world seems blurred because everything is energy, and what you see as matter is actually energy. And this is a quantum world today. I mean, we understand it's a whole world of energy and frequency and vibrations. So you are seeing the world from those senses of just pure energy and vibration. So it's normal to see it that it's good to see it that way. It's not normal, but it's great to see it that way.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I just wanted assurance because it feels like as I'm going on upwards on this path.
Perfect. You're going great.
Sometimes it just like feels you need assurance, or are you on the right path or not? So
awesome. How old are you? You sound young. Very good. Excellent. At this age, so long way to go. You will be awesome.
Thank you so much for the
One day
assurance. Thank you
we
so
should
much.
we should be hearing you now, your teachings.
No.
No,
Yes,
seriously,
thank
they'll
you
come
so
that
much.
day. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, Uma. Yeah, Uma. You have to unmute yourself. Yeah.
Otherwise, we wouldn't have come through this session. And really, thanks to him.
Who?
And
Sorry,
Varun, you're awesome, really.
Thank you.
Varun, you really about detaching and how the brain works, the quantum theory, the neuroscience. It was all so simplified. It is awesome. And then today's meditation, after in the last, when you asked us to open the eyes, I felt a light flowing from the root chakra to the crown chakra. I felt like the current was passing from down to the top. It's I don't know what it is, but I felt that. And really, the experience was awesome. Really awesome.
Yeah. So as we move from down to up, eventually the energy starts moving up. So, and that's how that is the process of ascension. So that's perfectly great. Yeah, what you experience.
But actually, it happened in the end when you asked us to open the eyes. I felt it. Light was passing from the bottom to the top.
Yeah.
And I felt good.
Great.
It was good. Really, thanks to the trio. Otherwise, without Rishabh, maybe we would have lost all this knowledge.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. Yeah. So Ashutosh Paul, thank you. Yeah, Ashutosh. Yeah.
हाँ, सुन पा रहे हैं सर?
हाँ, आ रही आवाज आपकी. आप कहाँ से हैं?
हाँ, जमशेदपुर.
जी बोलिए.
सर, मैं एक रेकी थेरेपिस्ट हूँ, साई थेरेपिस्ट हूँ. उसमें हम लोग जो ये करते हैं मेडिटेशन, उसमें है कि रूट चक्र से नहीं होता है, क्राउन चक्र से रूट चक्र हो. चक्र बैलेंसिंग जो होता है, हेलो,
या
चक्र बैलेंसिंग जो होता है, उसमें हम लोगों का थोड़ा अलग किस्म से होता है.
ठीक है. every there's nothing right or wrong. I feel every technique, every teachings have a different route and different approach, which I respect that. But it's like, we अपने football ground में we cannot use the hockey, so it doesn't mean कि hockey is the only sport. If you're in a basketball game, you follow the rules of the basketball. So this is you are here, so I'm just taking. I feel this is the right technique, but there's no right and wrong. I mean, this is the right technique for this session today. So it's totally, and you can totally free to accept or reject it, whatever resonates with you personally. Yeah. So we'll go to next one, Vaibhav.
Hello.
Yeah, Vaibhav.
Yeah, it's a very good session, and I've attended 7-8 sessions of you.
Wow,
and
thank
it was
you.
very a pleasant experience. Today was the best, and
thank you.
I just want to say, in Vipassana also there are without music. They are performing without music.
Yeah.
And what is the difference performance with music and without music? Is it make a difference?
So music, it's a tool for help, because music is again energy, frequency, and vibration. So it helps you to go deeper. If the music is right, it helps you to go further deeper within. But it's a tool. I mean, it is not necessarily that you have to have music to do meditation. I mean, Buddha didn't use any music. I mean, Buddha who propagated Vipassana or any of the enlightened masters maybe didn't use any music, but they started enlightenment. So it's only a tool. But it's a choice. I mean, it's a choice which is available. So, so it's a.
And can you tell about best timings of doing meditation?
I mean, I personally
used
feel
to,
whichever the time which you
okay.
feel where you can give your dedicated time and give meditation as a priority time is the best time.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, maybe last two sharings. So, Suresh. Yeah, Suresh. Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, it was a wonderful experience today. This
Thank
Chakra
you. Just say, where are you from?
I am from Bangalore.
Okay.
I am from Bangalore, Shreans Daga. I
Right.
met you twice. I met you twice in the Pyramid Valley.
Okay, great.
Even the Kaushik also knows me.
Right.
In fact, I am a pyramid master. In my house, I organize meditation, a group meditation. About 120 members are there.
Awesome.
Yeah. So now this is this session I am doing from last 3 years. तो अभी क्या है कि आनापान सती पे हम मेडिटेशन कराते हैं।
राइट।
क्योंकि वो एक ही चीज पे अभी धीरे धीरे क्या है कि लोग थोड़े बोर होते जाते हैं। तो कुछ इनपुट्स आप मुझे भेजिए जिससे कि मैं वो म्यूजिक आज का जो म्यूजिक वगैरह था बहुत ही अच्छा था। इट वाज रियली वेरी गुड। आई एम रियली impressed the way you organized, and I am very thankful to you. But I want little bit more inputs for our.
So you've been attending regularly, so please attend. So I mean that's and probably whatever I have to share, I'll be sharing anyways. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
ठीक है. My wife, just 1 minute, she wants to speak to you.
Sure.
हेलो.
Yeah. Hi.
हाँ, बहुत ही अच्छा था आपका सेशन आज का.
हाँ.
थैंक यू.
बहुत अच्छा लगा हमें. और कभी कभी क्या होता है कि थोड़े दिन मेडिटेशन बिल्कुल नहीं होता है, फिर अच्छे से होता है. वो उसका क्या रीजन हो सकता है?
नहीं, ऐसा होता है ना. इट्स लाइक अभी क्रिकेट मैच है तेंदुलकर का, तो एवरी मैच में छक्के ही लगेंगे ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है. तो वो इट्स फाइन. या दैट्स ट्रू.
ओके. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
थैंक यू.
ओके. थैंक यू.
या.
Hi, am I audible?
Yeah. Just say your name and where are you from, and you can speak.
Sure. Hi, Shreans. My name is Rakhi Vyas, and I'm from Noida. And this is my first time that I attended your session. And I don't know, from nowhere I received a SMS of this session, and I just tried to log in. Actually, the thing is, I have been interested in such things since very long, and I have explored these things for quite a long time.
Yeah.
My question is that there are, as you rightly told about subconscious mind, and there are certain hardwired things in our brain.
Right. Sorry, we lost you. Okay, we'll come back to you if you're there. Then let's move to the next one, Vinay.
Right.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah.
Sorry, we lost you in between.
My general question is that as a human, is it really possible to overcome those hardwired things by meditation or any practice, or we are just bound to live with those?
No. Of course. No, not at all. It's completely our choice, and we can change. And it's totally our choice to change, and we can completely change it through meditation and awareness, and of course our physical actions.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. All right. I take your words. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah. Vinay. Yeah, Vinay. Please unmute yourself. Yeah, Vinay.
Yeah. Am I audible over there?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm from Belgaum.
Yeah.
And I conceded with all the participants that the session was simply fantastic, and it was my first time that I attended this session.
Thank you.
And there were I could have more insight about how the brain functions. Okay. I hope I'm audible.
Yeah, you're audible. Yeah.
Okay. Now I just wanted to know how far this. Of course, it must be helping in depression and nervousness and all those kind of psychological disorders. So how best does this help in convergence kind of a thing?
So for meditation, meditation is great because I would not suggest breathwork, but for meditation is great for convergence.
Kindly repeat. You said something. I missed it out.
I don't recommend breathwork for that.
Okay.
But for meditation is excellent for convergence. Yeah.
Okay. So you mean to say that that can be, because we find some. I find around me about 2-3 such cases wherein we feel that something, some helping hand we can extend about. So how do we go about it?
Yeah, if you can teach them meditation, it will be great. Yeah. Simple silent meditation, even just simple anapanasati, observing the breath is also fine, or something like that. What you did today is great. Yeah.
Okay. You mean concentration on different chakras kind of thing.
What you did today, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And one more thing is that I missed the earlier ones. So how do I have them?
So you can go to our YouTube links, Thriive YouTube channel,
okay.
or if you want to send your email ID now is registered, then now that you're logged in.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we can send you all the links. Yeah.
Okay. And where are you based out of?
And I'm based in Bombay. So otherwise, our website is thebreathwork.in, where you can download all these meditations.
Okay. So those meditations and music and instructions, all this is available on the website, you mean to say?
Yeah. The guided ones are you have they are the recorded sessions, which is already, you can go to the YouTube links and get it. Yeah.
Okay. So I habitually keep coming to Mumbai, maybe, and in one of my trips I happen to meet you. So
sure.
Nice of you.
Thank you.
It's really a yeoman's service to the. Younger ones need it most. In fact, everyone needs it. But nowadays, everyone needs.
Thank you. Vinay will move on because we have 2 more people waiting, and
Yeah. So nice of you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Yashita Jain. Yeah, Yashita, you have to unmute. Just unmute yourself, Yashita. Okay. So we move to Ashok.
Yeah, sir. Am I audible now?
Yeah, you're audible. Yeah.
Yeah, sir. I just want to ask only one thing. Like today, Varun sir has discussed about the law of repetition.
Right.
Okay. So according to that, actually, if in a personal life, if something a bad has happened, or you can say a decision, like that was a personal decision, but that was affected just because like the other people saying now. Like we can say a decision, but that was a forceful decision, and that was your personal decision.
Yeah.
Obviously, and now according to that law, obviously the worst things keeps on repeating in our mind actually.
Right.
Okay, so I just want to ask only this thing. Then obviously our life has been affected by the particular only one decision actually.
Right.
And that's personal, obviously. So now how to be regain that relaxedness, or come back to our originality actually, because that just that one decision change your identity also, I think so, into 2 people, because one you are pretending to someone else, and from insiding you are curbing your originality actually.
Right. So see, whatever decision you have made, there's no point to regret or any guilt or shame. So a mistake is a mistake. A mistake is if you regret, and that's another mistake. So no point. First thing is not to carry any guilt, shame, and then focus on what is your vision of future, and then be focus on that vision rather than rethinking and putting your energy on what you did wrongly or somebody forced you to do wrong. So don't focus that because the whole idea, where you place your attention, you place your energy. By doing that, you are again repeating it mentally and rehearsing it again and again. So
because
it's not helping.
Then it becomes a habit actually, because obviously if someone keep on repeating the same thing for a long time, then it becomes his or her habit, obviously.
So then you focus on what you want in your life, and focus on that issue, and focus on your vision, and focus on the emotion which is aligned with that vision. And that's why meditation or breath work is very helpful.
Yeah, and I'm carrying out all these things because I'm so much passionate about yoga.
No, very good question. It's excellent question, but yeah, that is the only way where you can initially it needs a lot of awareness and practice, but once you do it, Then, as Varun told you, nerves that do not fire together do not wire together.
Yes.
So after a point, once that connection will link, then it won't bother you anymore. Then you will be aligned with your future vision.
Okay. So I think I can only say that I have been eagerly waited for you for from so long, and you are here like just to support us actually.
Thank you, Rishita.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah. So last one, Ashok Birmiwala. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Hi, Ashok.
Hi, Shreans. This is Ashok from Thane, and this is the third time I'm attending it. It was a lovely session. My question was, I have attended the both last two sessions, and this was the third session.
Okay.
In the third session, you have explained us more about the chakras.
Right.
So, while meditating or after meditation, can we have this liberty to feel all our 7 chakras?
Of course. Of course.
Yeah. So how do we feel it? Like, okay, while meditating, I was just thinking about that this is the chakra at this place and I'm breathing from that place and all those things. But post it, when we come to our normal life, so if we practice this regularly, can we feel it? And what is the way?
Yes, you can feel it. See, these are all energy. It's not if you dissect, biologically, there's no chakra in your body biologically.
Okay.
Right? These are only energy centers, and it is energetically there, but it is there. So it's like what you can't see it with your physical eye, but it is there. So you can sense it energetically. So as you focus on, you'll start sensing it energetically. Like when you focus on third eye, so you start sensing energy in your third eye. You feel some sensation in your third eye.
Right.
So, but biologically you cannot see it. But it is there.
So for me, I was very much able to connect my upper chakras, but those lower 3 chakras, I was not able to connect much. So just by doing this repetitively, will be able to do it?
Yeah, of course. And breathwork will really help you. For energy cleaning, for chakra cleaning, lower chakras, breathwork is amazing, very powerful.
So I started this meditation through breathwork because through normal breathing, I was not able to go into a meditated zone. But through breathwork, I was able to do it. So is it okay if we do it every day?
Absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. If you feel you want to do it every day and it's your calling and that makes you feel good, absolutely fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's totally safe.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Ashok.
Yeah.
So thank you, friends. Thank you all for joining. And thank you all for staying back till the end. And hope to see you again back on Saturday. Thank you. Thank you.